Prosecutor Thompson.
Steve, come on.
I was in the restroom.
I'm sorry.
Hi there.
Okay. I'm Forrest Thompson. I'm a county prosecutor.
You're Summit County?
Medina.
Oh, I thought you said Summit. I'm sorry.
Sorry, my throat.
It's okay.
7 hours all day.
I know I talked to you a little bit about what was on the phone.
So I don't know anything that was on the phone, right?
All the phone contained images of Margaret before and after her death, as well as videos of your son with her.
Having sex with her?
Engaging in sexual acts with her.
This is the exact moment when Gavin's parents would realize their son's horrifying secret. Gavin Ramsey's parents were called in to face a truth that would forever haunt them. The emotional journey of parents learning that their child has committed a crime is incredibly complex. The blend of shock, denial, guilt, anger, and grief can make the process of coping and understanding almost impossible in the immediate aftermath. In cases like Gavin Ramsey's, where the crime is severe, parents often face a deep internal struggle to reconcile the child they raised with the individual who committed the offense. The feelings of betrayal and loss are compounded by self-blame and the pressure of societal judgment, leaving parents in a state of emotional turmoil. Their response, while uniquely personal, reflects the immense challenge of processing such a profound and life-changing event.
You need to sit down.
Was she still alive when he was doing that?
No, I don't believe.
Oh, my God. This isn't happening. This isn't real. Oh, my God.
One of the first reactions many parents experience when learning of their child's involvement in a crime is shock. This is particularly true when the crime is unexpected. For parents, the news can feel like an emotional earthquake. Their world is upended, and they are left grappling with the realization that someone they raised, loved, and trusted could be involved in such acts.
It sounds like he's probably been leaving the house as frequently as he can and just going through people's vehicles and, trying to break into different places, and it just escalated to the point where he thought, I'm going to try the door. And that's how we ended up where we're at.
How did she die? Did he do
I can't discuss those details.
Did he do,
There's nothing that's been formalized.
Okay.
Anything we say would be speculation.
Right.
We don't have an autopsy.
Okay.
We do know that it was by a physical force.
Okay.
We do know it was an exterior force. I guess that's the best way to describe it.
So what's going to happen now?
The shock often manifests as a temporary inability to process the full scope of the situation. Their minds may immediately seek out explanations or even dismiss the possibility, trying to make sense of a seemingly impossible scenario.
No. At the present time, he's being transported to the juvenile detention facility, and he'll be held there.
We'd like to see that.
Not at this point, no.
He was very afraid to see that.
I wanted you to know, I spoke to the director of the juvenile detention facility. I explained the situation. I explained that he was highly emotionally distraught. I asked him to put him on a suicide watch.
Okay.
I've asked him to to keep him under 24/7 observation.
Okay.
I know this is an emotionally devastating situation.
I just know right now.
It's a horrible set of circumstances. At this point, the evaluation will be made as to what charges will be filed. I can tell you that I'm not, you deserve to know he will be tried as an adult.
Oh my God, oh my God. Yes, oh boy.
The nature of the charges are such that it's what's called a compulsory bindover.
Okay, let me know what that means.
It means there's two types of bindovers. When a juvenile, somebody who's 17 years old, there's a discretionary bindover. There's certain types of cases where there's an evaluation made as to whether or not he should be tried as an adult. And then there's a compulsory bindover. In a compulsory bindover, it's almost automatic. He will be tried as an adult. Do you have other children in the home?
We have 3 other children, 2 younger, and our oldest is a senior in high school.
To the best of my knowledge, the warrant was issued for the search warrant was issued for the home.
Oh God, are they there now with my children?
No.
Oh, thank God.
We came down to talk to you and let you know we're with you.
Okay,
Okay?
okay,
It's gonna be just like all the other interactions I've had with you.
okay.
It's the kind of place this is. So we understand that this is a horrible, horrible place for you. I don't know what the implication is at.
There's an in-processing, probably sometime by tomorrow, but it's his discretion too, as to whether or not he wants anyone to see him.
Right. Will he stay there until he's sentenced, or are they gonna?
Well, I can't answer that.
Well,
Right now, that's the juvenile detention center. That's where he will be housed. At some point, the discretion will be made as to whether or not he'll be moved to the county jail to wait, through the process. I'm just trying to be straight with you.
Right,
You ask straight
I
questions.
understand.
You deserve straight answers.
I appreciate that. My last, only because I'm thinking of his younger brothers. He's a minor. Is his name going to be posted out there in public because they're trying him as an adult?
At this point, no. But I can't promise that will be retained.
Parents of criminals may face stigma from the community or society at large. In cases like Gavin Ramsey's, where the crime is highly publicized, parents may fear judgment or rejection from others.
And unfortunately, public records demands made by the media, we have to respond to them. So even if we don't volunteer it, at some point they'll get it. Especially once the bindover takes place, then yes.
He has literally grown up in this town. He knows everyone in this town. Our kids know everyone in this town. Oh my God, this is sick.
Over.
Do you have a church that you attend?
The Methodist Church.
This would be an awfully good time for you to spend some time with the minister.
Okay.
My dad.
His dad just died less than a month ago. God.
Yes.
Are those my parents, sir? Yeah, my daddy. We just buried him on the 21st.
I lost my daddy a year ago in March, so.
I thought that you were gonna just.
I wish I could.
There was just, there was comments on his phone, or,
Doesn't even matter. I was just going to say, was Braden involved in any of this?
Not that we're aware of at this point.
Okay.
Once the shock starts to settle in, denial can kick in as a defense mechanism. Many parents might initially refuse to believe that their child could be capable of such actions. Denial can manifest itself in various ways, such as minimizing the seriousness of the crime, rationalizing the behavior, like in this case, focusing on Gavin's friend, Braden.
Because I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you right now, you keep your eye on that Braden. What's his name? Because he is coerced and taken a hold on our son for the past 4 or 5 years, and all the shit that has happened. My son is not this.
For parents like those of Gavin Ramsey, the belief that their child is innocent or was somehow coerced into committing the crime can dominate their initial response. They may not be ready to accept the truth, and this can prolong their emotional pain and the investigative process.
We're a good family.
This isn't a
I know that, but I mean, I've raised...
My office was in this town for 23 years. I've been here. My children went to school here. I have a daughter that continues to go to school here in Wadsworth. I know. Trust me, I do. This is not a reflection on your family. It's not a reflection on you. This is somebody who, for whatever his reasoning, has done a very, very bad thing. And the hardest part in the world is ever going to be is trying to make sense of it.
I'll never be.
We're never going to see our son again. He's going away. This is...
Oh my God, his life is gone.
This is gonna just... This is just gonna...
Folks, the only thing I can tell you is that he'll be as safe and secure as he can be, and your focus needs to be on your other children.
Yeah, how do you even...
Yeah, how do we explain this to our kids?
There's no way I can...
How do we explain it to his uncle? How do we explain it to family, friends? You know, because you said it can only be kept out of the woodwork for so long, and then his name ended.
Parents often feel intense guilt when learning of their child's criminal behavior. They may wonder what they could have done differently, whether they missed the warning signs, or if their parenting style contributed to the outcome. This can lead to a cycle of self-blame, where they feel personally responsible for the crime, even if their actions were not directly to blame.
You know, when this happened, Mrs. Douglas, right? Margaret, that was her last name. When this happened, we were just thinking, that woman was 98 years old.
Or 92, I think. 90.
No, she was
98 years old. Just living out her days. And here's my son. My son did this. And I'm motherfucking all these people out here. And it's my son.
In some cases, this guilt can be amplified by societal expectations of what good parents should be like. Parents often feel that they are judged for their child's actions, leading to feelings of inadequacy or shame.
This is just so surreal. I just have like no emotion. It doesn't even feel like my life. I don't know.
Was he still attending high school?
He's a junior.
He's in a carpentry
His
program.
vocational program.
My daughter's a junior.
Okay.
You know, works at Marie's, which you keep an eye on that fucking lab or whatever it is. You want information? I'll give you every piece of information in this town.
He hates it.
You want to clear up this town?
Well, listen, let's get back to Gavin. Can we call tomorrow, like the...
What I will do, and now I'm going to be back in Columbus, although, well, I'm not sure yet. I'll be back and forth between here and Columbus.
Okay.
But what I'll do is I'll talk to Ron, who's the director, and get him processed and reach out to see, you know, when he's stabilized, if and when he wants visitors, or exactly how they do it. We're not as tuned into how they set up the visitation schedule at the juvenile detention facility as we are at the county jail.
Right. You just need to focus on making sure everybody else in the house is okay, which means the two of you. Yeah. Because if you two aren't okay, everybody else is not going to be okay.
Exactly.
It's like when you're on the airplane and they tell you to put on your oxygen mask first.
Right.
Okay.
Are we doing a search warrant tonight?
Another powerful emotion that parents can experience is anger. This anger is often directed at their child for betraying their trust or causing harm to others. But in this case, Gavin's parents are experiencing anger not only toward their son, but also toward the situation itself, why their child ended up in this position, and why they couldn't prevent it.
From what I'm aware, Gavin was very, very troubled by this.
Okay.
Had you not convinced him to come forward, cooperated, delivering the phone, I know it's horrible, I know it's tragic.
She just felt like,
But had you not done that, he may well have done something to himself.
Or continued and harmed other people.
So, there's a sliver
I know.
of light, and it's not much, but
you might find an old water bottle full of pee in my one son's room.
The video.
Fortnite, Call of Duty, you can't get up to.
Oh,
I got caught like that in the highway.
Oh, my God.
I did. I got caught in a traffic jam. I was on my way to court in Cleveland a couple of years ago. And there was no getting out.
Yeah, I used to drive over the road, Gatorade bottles, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, like I said, I think you need to,
I just have to process this. I have to process this.
you need some help in processing it. Because you've got to process it for your children as well.
I know. It's like grieving someone who just died. Because
Yes.
like it changed my world forever. Like my son is gone. And just like that, he's just gone from my life. Oh my God.
Parents may also experience a profound sense of grief after learning about their child's crime. This is not just grief over the crime itself, but also grief over the loss of the child they thought they knew, the child they raised, whom they may have seen as a future with promise, is suddenly someone who has caused harm to others. This can feel like a profound loss, even if the child is physically still present. In extreme cases, some parents may even feel like their child is a different person entirely. This grief can be long-lasting and complex as they mourn not only the crime, but also the child's future and their family's reputation.
How do you take a child that's just a good kid? Oh my God, that's so evil. Oh my God. Maybe we'll just have to let the boys know. I will never share that information. I swear to God, I will never share that sex part. They don't need to know that.
Right. But it's a piece that if you're going to work towards getting him help, or there are things that might come up in your other boy's behavior, you just want to make sure that you're aware of that piece. And he was on that app, and he did meet up with that guy, and
Did he have sex with him?
they did. So
What is this? Oh my God.
there is something that's just not,
Something is so wrong.
that he can't figure out.
Which is, he always tells Dr. Sherry, he says there's something really wrong with me. But he hasn't shared that stuff with me, obviously. I knew he was like going through a terrible depression. Like I said, the high school is the one that called me and said, this is what we're hearing.
In many cases, parents of criminals seek to understand what led their child to commit the crime. This may involve trying to find rationalizations or explanations for the behavior. Was it influenced by external factors like mental illness, peer pressure, or a traumatic experience? Did they miss signs of distress or mental health issues? Parents may want answers to these questions in an effort to make sense of what has happened and to perhaps ease some of their guilt or confusion.
He is very, very worried about how he's going to face you, and he's very worried about how his daughter is going to feel about him.
I know that kid. His heart is, believe it or not, he's got a good heart, but I know. And what if he doesn't even want to see us?
You are the only reason that he's still here.
Was he going to kill himself?
Well, he said that he would never kill himself because he couldn't do that to you.
How long has this been going on? Did he say?
No, I mean, we talked, it was very hard for him to talk about, and it took a lot for him to finally just, tell us. But he, it's been, he even dates it back. Did he have a friend that committed suicide?
Yeah.
And did some bad things happen when he was younger?
Yeah. There was a boy in this town, a couple years older. He was Gavin when he was a little boy. That's how he started with Dr. Wisher.
Okay.
And we filed a police report, and then some other kids came forward, and then the Rentlingers moved to Barberton. We swear to God, Steve and I have sworn for years that destroyed him, that damaged him. And he appears to be hanging in and doing okay. That's where it all comes from. He was a little boy.
Was that case ever prosecuted?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Gavin, I don't know. We never pursued it. The hard thing was the parents were friends of ours. And then she didn't even want to believe it was true. We just filed a report, and then Gavin was so little, and I just didn't know how to go through it. And then when other kids came forward, I thought something will go through it. So we decided to make counseling. Yeah.
So you just don't know if anybody, what's the kid's name?
Josh Brentlinger. And his parents were James and Libby. And they lived up on Overlook Drive. I think Gavin was. Hey, honey, listen. This is going to be a weird request. I need you to take your brothers and take them out of the house right now. I will explain later. I need you to take them. I don't even know where to tell you to take them. Maybe go to Uncle David's and just hang there, and we'll call you when you can come home.
Is everything all right?
No, everything's not all right, Zach, but don't tell your brothers right now. Yeah, he's okay, but I need you to do that. Thank you, and as soon as you're allowed to go home, I'll call you. All right, I love you, honey.
All right, love you.
Bye.
At the end of this, I'm gonna be the monster. And, I can tell you this, if your son was 1 year older, it would be a lot worse for him. And then I asked him, are we talking many, many years of him being incarcerated? And he's like, yeah.
Fucking life is just gone. Oh, sorry. Fucking life is over. It's just really.
I just asked him that wherever he goes, is there help for that? And if there is, can you sign him up for it?
Did he ask
He's a
an
good
attorney?
kid.
He didn't? He needs that. I don't even think we could afford an attorney. Like
We can't afford an
can't
attorney.
afford a criminal attorney, but
We live paycheck to paycheck.
They may reach out to psychologists, counselors, or others in an attempt to understand their child's mindset. Some parents may feel desperate to protect their child from the legal consequences by looking for any mitigating factors that could explain the crime.
he needs to have some type of counsel.
And he will. They'll appoint something for him if it's determined that one can't be afforded. And if, I'm guessing that You can't afford one.
Right, raising 4 kids with a mortgage and car payment, yeah, and, you know, it just feels like a big...
But he's asking, he asked me, he's like, 17, real distant from you guys, being alone, communicates on his phone a lot, just with friends, kind of, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, he goes to work, and you think that after working 4 to midnight, but he's out doing whatever, and we put that trust.
And why would you not?
You know, and it's like, you know, me and your mom, and we get up, I work, your mom's a mom, which is the toughest fucking job.
Does Gavin understand he's going to prison probably for the rest of his life? Does he understand? I don't think he really, like you said, at their age, they don't see it.
He's pretty upset, and I think he realizes this is going to be really bad, but he was asking me, and I said, I don't have any bearing on that end of it, so I don't want to tell you something and it be a lie. I don't want to worry you too much, and I don't want to give you false hope. I just don't want to lie to you.
I know, I
very
appreciate
straightforward.
that.
I don't lie. I don't make stuff up.
I don't either, and I'm the same way. I want to know. Like, I can't deal with it if it's all sugar-coated and then somebody pulls the rug out of you. He'll never
Tell people.
High school. Oh my God, Steve, I don't know. I want to move. I literally want to put the house on the market. You know, I want to fucking move. I just don't want to be here anymore. There'll be nothing. There's nothing.
They may be labeled as bad parents or seen as responsible for their child's actions, even though many factors beyond their control contributed to the outcome. This stigma can lead to feelings of isolation and embarrassment, making it difficult for parents to find support or solace during this challenging time. That'll do it for today. If you like this video and want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below where you can do just that. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.